This started as a joke. Guys, this podcast you're on started as a joke.
I'm going to feed it back to you in a way that you can't respond.
I didn't feel remorse.
I just go for it.
I'll only be 21 when I graduate.
I gave the sport everything I had.
We'll just hide in the trees. When they come back around, we're going to jump out.
I had nothing to lose, really. I feel like that's when I wrestle my best.
Can't keep just like squealing these matches out.
Sure.
My dad's not that fast.
There is a secret.
Johnny Knoxville hit me up.
I kept getting told that, so then I started believing it.
He was on the ground, I was like kneeing him in the face.
Talks a lot of crazy stuff, but he's actually a nice guy.
He's a good trier.
I pretty much couldn't compete.
To compete at the highest level, you've got to be able to challenge yourself.
I kind of am emotional.
Sneak around and find somewhere that there were no parents, and we'd fight each other.
When you're actually fighting, you're at peace.
Because you both know exactly what each other are going to do.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
Oh my God.
I was hanging out with them through Roman.
Tim Welch tapped me out.
Very real failures during significant events.
She's like, oh, so you want to throw Penn State? I know.
Got to really want to work through adversity.
I think I've always kind of had a growth mindset.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Clash of Combat podcast. This is a whole year in review. Clash of Combat is officially 1 year old. We got a little audience here today. Some of the OGs involved in the process, but we have the Clash of Combat cauliflower gear capsule merch drop. It's officially live. The link is in the description below. Basically supporting it. That means we can go on more trips, do all sorts of fun stuff, get guys on the pod. IRL, so thank you so much in advance. But Crosby, how we doing?
Good, man. Good.
Talk.
Excited to be here. Excited to be in the stew. Take number 4 of this podcast. Mm-hmm. It's about 8:20 right now. This pod started an hour and 20 minutes ago now. So.
No, this is gonna be it. I have good feelings. I'll tell you what. I think why we also didn't get off like on I think a better foot too is because we had 30-minute grind match at practice. And I think personally think that kind of drained a little bit of just energy. Even like I think it went great, first of all. Like I think at least my lungs were just like feeling fine, and I wrestled like freaking awesome, I think. But I think that was just like I'm like, wow, I think I need a nap. I'm not gonna lie.
Who'd you wrestle?
I wrestled Troy. So basically just
So he didn't score today.
Who?
I said, so he didn't score today.
Oh, no. Well, see, he's actually funky because we're doing freestyle now. So it's like if I get down on like a fireman's or like a high C, sometimes he does like a weird hip switch, and like we kind of go like someone's scoring. You just never know who. But no, we had some great goes in there. I wish I filmed it too, but I wish I could kind of have like a spot on the wall that I know will not have my camera fall, and I'll be able to just record it. Just like I can always go back and look on that footage.
You should buy some really strong tape.
That's a good point. And I think I need to fix my GoPro because my GoPro, like, I was having so much problems with importing footage, and I haven't used it in literally a year. So maybe I can get back on that. So
yeah, me and Reese were scrapping.
Tell me about your scrap.
Reese, score of the 30. I think I put up the first 100 unanswered.
Really?
And then it was kind of just a scrap from there.
Okay.
There on out.
Well, good. Well, I'm glad you got the fight in. I know our buddy over here, I think he got broke in the last couple of minutes. I won't say his name. But maybe he broke the other guy too. I'll give it that.
I'll give you a hint. He passed me in followers on Instagram and does a lot of flips.
That's true. Hey, and also in one of the first times we were filming this podcast tonight, someone brought up on the call-in, actually you did. Wait, it was you. Who said, why was I taking Schuhperman's flips and stuff? And it's funny looking at the comments was like, the bro thinks he's Schuhperman. But Schuhperman had a viral flip, like push-up thing. And I just remember sitting down watching him film this. I'm like, dude, like that was insane. And next thing you know, it's almost close to like 3 million views. Close to 200,000 likes. So I had to do it because I'm like,
and that's like every video for you now, ain't it?
Basically.
I'll fuck with that. Year in review.
We're gonna talk about who do you think is your favorite guest?
Bo Nickel's my favorite.
Tell me what like one moment that you were like, was it just like the overall just him? Like he's fighting like legit like next week on UFC 300 or what?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, pretty much. He was cool. He was cool. Finally had some like, yeah, he was cool.
Man. I mean, I would say I think I always go back to just our first podcast because literally actually a year ago it was just me and you. But our first actual guest, filming with Gable and kind of getting that opportunity, it was really like we were so nervous for it. And I think it really set the tone of like our future guests of being like, you know what, we can do this. Like we can have like impactful conversations with the top wrestlers in our sport. And I think that gave us the confidence to legit go on trips, go to Penn State, just like unannounced, kind of basically like trying to like just make something happen. And man, it's just like, it's crazy looking back on what we got over like 300 clips for sure posted. No, like 400 clips posted, like 50, over 52 podcasts. And like, I remember you can't see on TikTok right now the amount of views, but we were up to like 20 million views in like, 8 months just on like Clash of Combat with the Clash of Combat thing. Now it's just like, I think our engagement overall, it's probably closing in on like 100 million, to be honest, which is actually absurd. So, but I mean, I would say just the biggest struggle with the podcast is like, we need to get the bread up in the pod.
Yeah, we're broke.
Thing, basically. So like we do have like the merch that helps out, but at the end of the day, it's just like you guys watching it's the biggest support of our podcast, and we're thankful that you guys are able to continue to watch this. But we have to adapt and evolve and change and really get better to provide the best content in the community. So I think there's a lot of upside, but we got to grind.
Yeah, we do.
Talk to me about like a trip. What was one of your favorite trips?
Favorite trip, probably. Sorry, Shoop. Penn State 2.0.
Oh, why is that?
Just because the first time was like so random, didn't know what we were doing, and I kind of like knowing what you're doing.
Sure.
So the second time when we were more like comfortable and knew the area better,
yeah,
it was just nice. And playing, I think actually my favorite part was playing dodgeball with Bo Bartlett for like 2 hours.
Yeah, especially like late at night too, when like did we film Bo?
Bo was the first trip. We were just hanging out. Bo,
no, Nickel. We filmed with Bo Nickel, and then we played later?
We filmed with Bo in the morning. Then we filmed with Kassar.
Yep.
And then straight from Kassar, we went to their whatever it's called.
Yeah,
their
that
place.
day. That's so crazy. All that got done in that one day. To be honest, man, I'll tell you what too. When we went on the first trip, and wait, was the first trip we went to Cornell? Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
First trip we went to Cornell.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, we also stopped at like Bassett and stuff, and it's just like we hit so many of those Pennsylvania podcasts over like a weekend basically, and I just remember walking into the Cornell University is like it looks just like fancy as like
Hogwarts.
Yeah, basically Hogwarts, and like the wrestling room and that whole standalone facility, absolutely like amazing, and it was just like kind of surreal just walking in there. Basically,
seeing Yanni in person, it felt so weird.
Yeah, I mean, and even like Vito, like this was, Vito was just basically fresh off of a national championship, goes on to win a world title, loses a couple early matches college season, kills it at the national finals. I just wonder what kind of, if anything, did change since that podcast. But I mean, that podcast I think is very, very impactful for a lot of wrestlers if they go back and listen to those two guys for sure.
You good? Yeah, man. I'm trying to think. Cornell trip one. The one thing I didn't like is I didn't know that they practiced in the same room that they had duels in.
Oh yeah, that is actually very interesting. Yeah, I didn't
like that. That was weird.
Yeah, I like that we have a separate thing. Speaking of, I just guess our wrestling program, we had a little meeting today regarding just the current of what's going on at Parkside and stuff, and it was kind of interesting to see everyone chip in to say like what we could do better, what's kind of bad and stuff about stuff that needs to be changed. And yeah, I think the biggest thing is like if we would get an updated locker room, like something cool, like it meant like just thinking Penn State's locker room. I look back at like that Penn State video and like their locker room is just insane. The space in there, they have an extra room in there to like hang out and stuff.
Dirty as hell.
Yeah, there's some clothes on the floor, but I mean, nonetheless, I don't know what I'd do to get that.
But it's fine though, because Strachey's got 4 of them things.
Yeah, that's true. I guess I'm going there next year since my commitment post.
Yeah, talk about that.
Yeah, basically it was an April Fool's joke. I didn't know if I was gonna post it or not. I basically did like an April Fool's thing every year like since college, and I didn't say like I was committed. I said like this is long overdue in the caption of a very low edited singlet swap of Penn State, and yeah, a lot of people actually thought I was going. Of course, it's like younger kids like that thought I was going there. But yeah, that's my most liked photo, like at 40K likes, which is
I
absurd.
don't understand that.
I mean, I think it's just, it causes a stir, right? I mean, people see that and then they go in the comments and then they posted the story. Like every single time I went on, it was going up by like 20 likes a second. It was like ding, ding, ding.
That picture had more likes than my recent photo in under 2 minutes.
Wow. Wow. Yeah.
One thing though, I was salty that like RBY's comment got more likes than mine. Because mine was at like 200 before he even commented.
Yeah, true.
And then his just fucking doubles mine.
Also, he is verified, and he is RBY. Like, I think he made it real for a lot of kids too, of being like excited to train, and people are like, "Yo, these guys are gonna wrestle." But you know, sometimes I think about that. I'm like, how cool would it be? Not even just me, but for someone at Penn State to basically make like the YouTube videos and stuff that I'm doing in wrestling, to be a social media guy for Penn State, they would go freaking crazy, like absolutely absurd. You know, and you know, Bo's doing that basically like you know, flips on Instagram and stuff. But it's so hard to do that and be such a high level wrestler. Like you spread yourself too thin. So not saying that like I'm not a high level wrestler, but I'm saying that there's a reason no national champion right now is. I mean, no one's doing what I'm like. At the end of the day, no one's doing what we're doing. No one.
Don't say we, bro.
Me? Who?
You know who is that guy we played Fortnite with?
What do you mean?
That guy we played Fortnite with.
I have no idea.
He's committed to Rutgers, bro.
Oh yeah, we played Fortnite with what's his name, Jordan Chapman.
Yeah.
A lot actually. Yeah, that was kind of interesting. I still don't really understand who he is, but he makes TikTok videos.
Apparently,
he's pretty good in New Jersey, but I think he plays like the villain role. Like I played the role of like a relatable wrestler, basically, like someone that's going through life. I've done it for 6 years. People can come on and they can do this for 1 year. Yeah, they can pull views and they can get people to know you. But I think there's a reason that like there's levels to the game. There's levels to the game. But yeah, it's not for the faint of heart. So
what does that mean?
The faint of heart?
Yeah.
Like it's not for like the people that are like, I can do this. Yeah, I swear I'm gonna have these high goals. I'm gonna follow through. Next thing you know, they don't do it. Like let's say we're a year into business, and then we go into that podcast, that 1 year in review, and it's like, we're a failure. We're in debt. I don't know if I can do this. I'm gonna work at Walmart for the rest of my life.
I said 4 jobs. Yeah. Walmart, the coffee shop.
You were working at the coffee shop? Shotgun energy drinks?
Yeah. And podcast editor for 3 podcasts. So 5 jobs.
Well, if you get the iced coffee hour job, you're not working any other job. You understand that?
How?
They would pay you. Good.
You say that, but how do you know?
Because they are the most profitable probably podcast based on solely like per capita, basically, because they're a financial podcast.
So I should really put a lot of effort into these tester clips.
I would say if you really want to get the job, yeah.
I'll fuck with that.
Yeah, but that
well, like I would like a job.
Yeah.
To get maybe some bread in my bank account, you know what I mean?
Right.
Just a little bit of bread. Not too much.
What's like a little what do you need? What do you like, let's say if I would give you a check, what would you need to be like, wow, I don't have to work 4 jobs?
Like, well, it's gonna all start with $2,000 in cash tomorrow.
Oh,
so let's say I win that, then like a realistic check or like a
like
it's awkward. 25K. No, I'm kidding.
For the summer, that's crazy.
I don't know.
See, you need to figure it out.
Well, like I do know, but I feel weird saying it on here.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, everyone has like living expense or like just like people in college like they need to spend money on stuff. Like you're living on your own, basically.
Yeah.
Like there's basic needs that need to be met.
I get that shit adds up.
That's crazy. You probably should cut that out.
Oh my gosh.
You just said you buy show.
Holy crap.
Gosh. That's crazy. Well, I was gonna have Shu write you a check, but unfortunately you won't tell us, so that's all right. We'll stick with the 4. Anyways, $2,000. Actually, well, it's a $2,500 wall ball game.
Time out. What do you think Iced Coffee Hour is going to pay if I get it?
What do I think?
Yeah.
I'll tell you after the pod.
Shut
up. I have no idea, but it's going to be a lot.
Like, what's a lot?
It's going to be more than you think.
Like, what's a lot?
To edit one whole podcast?
Yeah.
If it's usually like 1.5 to 2.5 hours, it's probably going to be like $750 to $1,000.
What? For one?
Yes. And they post like 3 a week.
What? Holy fuck, how am I supposed to be?
I mean, I don't know what they're going to do, but it's up to, I don't know, dude. It's like, it's your thing, man.
Well, you sent it to me.
Yeah, I did send it to you. So I should be like a commission.
Yeah, right. Yeah. You get read up.
But yeah, no. So this wall ball game, basically, I got my tax documents back. I thought I was going to give out an arm and a leg. I just figured I'd have to give out one arm, which is great. But yeah, basically every single year I want to have like a game show, basically kind of like a Mr. Beast thing where I can give back some money just to my teammates, just because I think it's just, the right thing to do. And it's just fun. And we have these games. And so the final game is wall ball, and it's for like $2,500. So that's the game we play before every practice, basically, and everyone on the team is invited to it. So I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. Unfortunately, the returning champ's not playing. Mr. Schuhperman.
He wasn't winning this year.
He was playing out of his mind, and I think
there was a high chance he would win this year.
I'd put him in top 5.
If he played like how you did yesterday.
He's thinking about joining. You're thinking about it.
The only reason he's not is because he feels bad taking that money. Yeah. And that's like actually crazy to think. Like people would say that like, I'm not going to play because I feel bad. I want to give y'all a chance. Like that's actually what you think.
Right.
Like you like genuinely think that.
No, that's good. I mean, that's respectable. Like when you're him.
Like Shu had sub 10 wall ball wins all season.
And he won 3 in a row.
And he claims to have 4 on the board since starting practice up this week. Nobody else has won, allegedly.
Oh, I've won 2 in a row.
Yeah, but here's...
What do you mean?
Here's,
What do you mean?
You know.
Oh, because I'm Mr. Ego, I get minus?
No, you count games that don't count. You know what I mean?
But those were 3-out games.
Are they? You know what I mean? Like...
Some backup here? Some backup?
Caden has never won a real game.
Okay.
Valid.
Same guy from a guy who said I didn't get him out in dodgeball when I definitely did.
He didn't hit you.
Nah, he did not. Caden did not get me on the dodgeball. Hit the wall first, so the ball was dead.
Crazy. The first time we filmed this, there was a whole shebang.
I think that was the third time.
Hey, Ethan, at least I know the truth. Respect. He shows me that respect. Man. Well, give me 3 guests you want to get on the podcast this year.
David Carr. John Jones.
Whoa.
Kamaruddin Marty Newsman.
See, this is the thing too. We got to talk about the little rebrand of Clash. Not even just a rebrand, but adding more MMA to the mix and high caliber MMA.
I just want to say, this whole entire year, the best performing everything was an MMA guy.
What do you mean, best performing?
Clips and podcast wise.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, you're sitting at a good
spot. But it
spot.
was also Bo Nickel. So, I mean.
True. I mean, okay.
So it was kind of like perfect.
We got to run with that. And we got to, I mean, personally, I think I got to get my knowledge up a little bit. Stick to be a fan of the sport. But, yeah, absolutely. I think, yeah, I mean, what are the odds you can get some of these big other guys virtually as well? Because like ideally, if we go to like some of these guys, it'd be like we just hit them and like go back. But
like who?
I don't know. I don't know where. I guess if people train at a camp or something.
Like Bilal Muhammad.
I don't know.
He trains in Chicago with Nick Fishback.
Ask him.
10 times, no response ever.
All right. We got to get that personal brand up a bit.
Oh. Yeah.
Shoe slapping.
That shit's a lot of work.
Oh, you think?
It is.
I mean, yeah.
Considering I'm running this company solely on my own. It's hard to like do two things, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, you don't have to worry about setting up the camera, making us also in focus.
Dude, how was I supposed to know that pod would not be focused?
You tell me. You're right, Shu. You just army crawled under the cam. All right. Yeah, one thing I do want to do too.
3 guests.
3 guests. Well, I was going to say, like, what I want to do with these guests is to have more legit, actual wrestling content. Because, yes, if we're getting content with these guys, like on a podcast, we should also be getting at least something. Like, at least, like, even like a little clip, how we did with, like, Keeter or who's another guy? Yeah, Gable, we got, like, a clip in. Like, that video. If we can do each guest, how we do, like, yeah, exactly. I think, you know, big videos could do great as well. And at the end of the day, it's like, also, like, what I was thinking, we post like, let's say maybe on 2 separate days, we post the video wrestling with them or doing whatever first, and then the next day is the podcast, so we can always direct the traffic to the podcast. So there's just always elements of rebranding right back to the pod. It's like a funnel. You know what I mean? So I think just strategically, like as a business, there's a better way to get more engagement and more hype up of something. And another thing too, like, hey, we could legit take, let's just say like a month off of no post, hear me out, stack the content so we can like post these in-persons, not only like in the wrestling season, but like really just like, we can only focus on getting content. Like if we focus so hard on getting content, we'll have, you know, a terabyte of footage. That's like, then we sit down and what do you think about that?
That's half my storage.
Yeah, basically. But I'm just saying, like, hypothetically, like it's a crap ton of work that people don't know. Like,
so
film something, edit it, and get it off. Like, how, like, to really just take a month to grind, get really, honestly, like, how many people could you get done in a month?
I think the best way to do that is doing that during June.
Totally. That is a big month for me, 1 week.
Why?
It's my 6th year. And
what's
some awesome stuff can be going down.
Oh, hopefully she don't watch this.
I mean, well, it's just like everyone knows it's our 6th year.
I also have
6th year being together. So
I also have a big month.
Oh well, with there's your brother's wedding.
Yeah, I'm gonna DM a chick after this. Hey, I need a wedding date. So,
damn. Well, also like we have U23's June too. Hey, we have U23's June.
I don't know if I can go.
Yeah, I'll be there.
I want to go.
I'll be there winning.
I do.
Beating guys, turning them.
Why are you looking at me like that? I went 2-2 last year. I think I could get 4 wins this year.
I think I went 2-2, maybe 3-2.
You
but
went 2-2.
Also, I was up to 154 and I wrestled 141. So I think if I go 143, I think we can get that up. See you in the finals. See you in the finals. Let's go. Wait, you're going 143? 54. Oh, I'm going 143. 65 kilos. Yeah. Well,
I got. Are you doing Greco this year?
I mean, I got to start cutting now because I got last chance coming up. Last chance qualifiers.
That's Sunday.
Yeah, better get cutting. Wait, is that like an open last chance qualifiers? I think anyone can go.
Cole's going.
We should do that. Why don't we do that? Why don't we go to why don't we actually compete at last chance qualifiers?
Wait, why is Nick not doing it?
I don't know, but dude, that's the thing too with like competition. With competition stuff.
Should I call Nick, get him on the pod right now? Why aren't you going to last chance qualifier?
Maybe he is. Without telling us. Listen, all I'm saying is I can't wait to see all the high schoolers beat some old, basically senior level guys. And Cole, shout out to Cole Mirasola. He's going to be there looking to claim a spot. We're rooting for you. Should be exciting.
Looking to claim a spot.
Well, I mean,
Claiming a spot.
That's fair. That is fair. But they're rumor has it they could be coming up on the pod here shortly. Rumor has it.
Hopefully.
Rumor has it.
All
right, give me a goal.
Yeah, you still never said 3 guests.
Oh. If we can get, well, it has to be different from yours. Who was your other 2? Oh, your MMA guys. I would say, let's say, different from yours.
Oh, and Sean O'Malley.
Different from yours. I would say Jesse Mendez. Well, I'm just thinking because like the guys that like we didn't get yet, right? I would say, well, I'll say Miles Amin because yeah, we had actually we've been in contact for a little bit. I was just on his like athletes thing, so that was I think it'd be interesting to have him. He's actually on a currency, so I never talked to a guy on a currency.
Did you mention that to him?
What?
Congrats on your currency.
I did not. And then maybe third, if I'm thinking here, I just want to hear what Crookham says. I want to hear you're in his beef squashed. If I'm being honest, I'm
gonna give him a nice. I'm gonna give him a big hug.
That's been quite the conversation on a couple podcasts.
We should have him wear the brown singlet on the pod.
No, you have to wear the brown singlet, and he has to wear the green singlet.
We should do that.
That would be good. Cut scene to when that happens. Wow, it's gonna be legendary. I can't wait for that.
That would actually be funny.
Can't wait for that. But yeah, I mean, I could list.
I think we need to do more stuff on pods, like the thing we did with Kassar.
Yeah, of course. There needs to be like bits.
Yeah.
I mean, you can be the Glenny Balls. I mean, you were the guy in the karate outfit.
Yeah, that's not Glenny Balls.
True.
I want that one guy on too. What's his face?
School?
Barstool guy.
Oh, Jersey Jerry.
Yeah. What if Barstool signed Clash of Combat?
Wow.
They're right in Chicago.
That really?
We're dead. Yeah.
See, that's the thing.
You know where that place where you see all where they do like the make a 3, kick the soccer ball, throw a football, shoot a 3,
I'm not gonna lie,
throw a bag, and then they run right onto the podcast right after doing it. That's in Chicago.
Oh wait, actually, yeah, I think I do.
That's in Chicago.
Wow. Yeah, you know what? I think that would be just a massive move, a massive play. I think if there's one thing that we would need is, again, it's like running a show like this. Like it'd be great to get some, money coming in so we can do this, but being signed to something, I guess, bigger than ourselves to like work as in like an under for. But
under who?
Like Barstool or something. Like
you'd want to do that.
Yeah. Well, of course, if it makes sense for us.
Oh.
Like, I don't know how much. Like, what would change?
Pay.
Yeah, that's literally it, and that's the only way for it to make it happen. Because okay, let's talk about the numbers. If people say like, okay, why isn't the podcast making money and stuff? Let's think about wrestling as a whole, right? And we were talking about this earlier. Iowa versus LSU Elite 8 game pulled like 12 million concurrent viewers, more than MLB games and stuff. But do you understand, for the national finals of wrestling, pulled still like 450,000 just based off of those things? Like that's what? That's times 24, times 25x.
Is that lower than last year?
I think it's relevant.
Yeah.
Really. But again, of course, those numbers aren't accurate.
So we didn't have an impact on the sport.
I don't know. Well, it's okay. It's so interesting to think, because wrestling's definitely growing. It's just but the numbers aren't adding up. So something's actually not adding up the more I think about it. I'm no math major. Major, but it doesn't sound like things are adding up.
Maybe everybody's just lying, saying wrestling's growing, and it's not.
Wow.
Maybe we're saying wrestling's growing to grow the sport. Shit ain't growing.
Wow. Easton, does he give some facts to that?
He's right. It's dead.
Wow. Man, okay, well, what needs to change, big dog? How do we get our sport to grow?
We need more people.
Okay, is wrestling too hard? Is wrestling really too hard?
For people like me, no. People like... Not going to say who? Yes. Nothing. Yeah, wrestling's too hard, 100%.
You think that's it? Yeah, no, I think you're right.
No, why would that stop people from watching it?
No.
Too hard to watch?
No.
Too hard to understand?
No, absolutely not. No.
Too hard to be entertained?
No.
cut that, Joe.
If you're talking about growing wrestling, yes, growing participation. Like, of course, you just doubled the people of having women's wrestling, right?
Yeah.
But also, it's like maybe like. Okay, I'm just thinking how they add up the numbers for the national finals and stuff. Of course, it's not exactly that number, and maybe more people watch on like at home or something or different sites. But I was going with somewhere. I kind of like lost it.
You were onto something.
I was onto something, and it was actually really good.
Man, I knew you were on there too. Did you actually like completely forgot? Dude, I agree.
Oh yeah. But it's like these places like Buffalo Wild Wings or something that when wrestling comes on, they're like, oh wait, this isn't just basket. This isn't guys shooting hoops. They're like, oh, what's this? They've never seen it before, so they switch the channel. Like, how do we know that that's not messed up with like the restaurants and stuff? It could be the big restaurant industry that when something comes on you've never seen before in a national finals because wrestling is never on ESPN. They just turn it off. It's something new. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's actually like a valid point,
So
is it
Buffalo
not?
Wild Wings is killing wrestling.
BOGO Thursdays, man. BOGO Thursdays. Yeah, but no.
Wait, so yeah,
Thursdays bonus. Potentially. That's just a hunch. I have a hunch. And that hunch is that these chains of restaurants who have lots of TV screens, that they're turning off wrestling. And that's not adding because they're not used to seeing it.
Yeah, I agree.
Because the storyline is there. People, if you put a guy who has never seen a wrestling national finals and you stuck him down,
was there
you'll
even
be
a
like, wow,
storyline at any weight? Like, what weight had a storyline besides 33?
Besides the guys winning,
33 had a storyline.
Yeah, but the way that they made it, the show,
65
it was
had a
still good.
storyline.
It was still good, regardless.
74 is storyline.
Yeah, but you had two guys going for 4 national titles and they did it.
Yeah,
you have the most dominant team ever. You want to see them do good, like, or bad, but I'm just saying there was so much to cheer for.
But is going for a 4th national title going to get a person like?
No, it's not going to get it. But no, it's not. I'm saying the content is there, but the distribution is not.
So ESPN sucks.
It needs to. I don't know, and I don't.
Post-match interviewer sucks.
There's always things that could be better, but
sorry.
There's always the little things make the big difference. I actually watched a movie about it last night. It was #1 on Netflix. Phenomenal. It's called It's the Little Things. But I think that's actually relevant to wrestling.
I heard you watching that.
Why? I wasn't laughing.
I didn't mean to say laughing.
Oh.
But I heard you watching it.
Oh.
Yeah. It's like, what's that in Keaton's room?
It was good. It was a good film. Can't wait to watch something else tonight.
Same.
Man. Well, last thing for me. I don't know how much longer you want to go on here. But give me one goal. Like, looking at a year from now, like, where do you see Clash of Combat, and what are your hopes for it?
My hopes is that my bag is up, and
give me maybe you can bleep it out, but like give me a stat that you can like look at it. Like, have something like that you can actually attain. Like, don't just say, oh, get my bag up, like get my bread up, because I can take a picture with you in the grocery store in the bread aisle and get your bread up. But like you want money in your bank account?
Yes.
Okay.
How
are we gonna do it?
I want Clash of Combat to make me personally $10,000
a year from now.
Yeah, is that high or low?
Low.
In my own bank account.
Yeah.
And be like comfortable taking it out of the other account.
Oh, how much? Okay. Let's make that shit happen, huh?
What do you think I've been trying to do, bro?
All right, let's go.
What about you?
I mean, we have 350 pairs of wrestling shoes coming out in Clash, or 250 250 Clash of Combat wrestling shoes coming out.
And think about it, 250 coming out. I'm buying a pair, so 249 yet available.
Dude, come on. Yeah.
I'm buying a pair, so
248. 247. 246. 245. 244.
I'll buy 243.
Fuck, 243. So we got 243 pairs of wrestling shoes available.
Yeah, bro. It's business, man. All I can say is I think you're going to be in a lot better position a year from now. But the only reason for that can happen, we can't just sit here and do nothing.
We can't just sit here and mope around.
Exactly. We have to control our attitude.
Yep. Can't be down, we can't down talk ourselves.
We can't down talk ourselves, and we can't down talk each other too.
Should we just kiss?
That's for our OF, buddy. That's for the OF. Well,
Come on.
What did I tell you that the second podcast? I don't want you touching me.
Can we actually think here?
For what?
We are best friends, Caden.
Dude, don't. You actually touched me on leaving the podcast. Remember what I said last pod? I do not like being touched, especially by dudes, but I'm in wrestling.
Really?
Yeah, maybe, dude, Yep.
Can I give a speech at your wedding?
If you're invited.
What? If you elope, can I come to the court and just speak a little bit?
Who says we're not already?
Really? No, you're not.
I'm just busting your balls, but
so I can give a speech if I'm invited.
Sure, you can say whatever.
Let's go.
But not whatever. That would be kind of weird. Because, what if you're, praying on my downfall?
What if I say, me and Caden kissed before you and Kegumi got together?
That's not true. Proof?
Wait, can I say something quick?
I ain't stopping you.
My sophomore year, your junior year, when you started dating her, and we would just, talk the whole practice and not get better at wrestling.
What?
You don't remember that?
I mean, we got better at wrestling.
Yeah.
Because we would get shippy because I would want to get you shut up sometimes. Not I'm talking to, but I'm you just piss me off.
I don't remember that.
What do you mean? We've had practices where
where I would just hold you on your back?
The entire week. No, shut up.
I do not remember that.
What do you mean? We'd be wrestling, or we'd be talking shit about each other the entire practice?
Well, I was probably saying, Caden, you're really good. Let's have a good practice. And you were like, Crosby, you fucking suck, bro.
Not true. Not true. But what were you going to say?
I was just wanted to say that, how we used to talk to each other all practice. And now we just don't talk at all. Because you're not even going to invite me to your wedding. You're not even going to invite me to your wedding.
Yeah, maybe you got some apologies to make.
Oh, to Kegumi?
Yep.
I already said I wish I was her. That's close enough.
We gotta fix up that rebrand.
I thought me and Kegumi were on good terms.
Yeah, she actually said that you guys were actually on good terms at Natty's.
I talked to her at Natty's?
No. Well, maybe.
Oh, yeah, we sat next to each other.
Yeah.
Wait, yeah.
She just said he smelled a little funny, a little funky.
Probably. I was fucking nervous.
You were nervous for us to underperform?
I was nervous.
I
was nervous being down there, feeling out of place when I'm a wrestler that has the opportunity to wrestle there, but is a backup not wrestling there, taking video for my teammate.
Yeah. It's fucked.
Teammate, best friend.
Stop. Don't touch me. Wow.
All right, bro.
We making the team next year or what?
To another, yeah.
All right, let's make it happen.
To another
year
of
Clash of
successful
Combat.
Clash of Combat.
Boom. That's right.